Alright, hopefully it's up and going right now. Good morning, folks, and welcome to, it's probably going to be a shorter one of these stream type dealies for yet another insane attempt here. Well, I say yet another attempt, this is actually technically the first insane attempt. It's still somehow going. Alright, anyway, first of all, let me do a quick check, make sure everything is working here, because everything has been a little bit haywire, and in fact, I just had to redo all the settings, and in fact, I was planning to do 3 other things, and then those ended up just becoming a complete no-go, so, here we are. Alright, so, what do with this whole situation? So, yeah, last time we had just gotten into Corvettes. I believe we had just taken our first... No, we had not taken our first Corvette, have we? Let me double check. We'll know over here. Okay, apparently we have taken a Corvette, so that's all well and dandy. We've got some fighters over here. Do we have our fighter ready to go? No, the Condor's apparently ready to go in nice hours. Alright. What about our other jets? What's available? Okay, both of them are up in the air right now. That's not great, because usually fighters are something that we really have to deal with because they're going to cause a whole bunch of damage. Alright, let's see. Are these ready to go? Almost. We got to give them a couple hours. We can at least take down one of those. I'd rather do the whole burn in the hand thing and make sure that, yeah, we take down both of these before anything else. They're probably pretty pissed about the fact that we're just sort of letting these things rip their stuff apart. But you know what? You do what you do. Nothing really too fancy required here. We just let them do their thing. They fire. Just make sure that they turn away, and there we go. All right. Now, let me make sure audio's coming through okay. Seems like it should. Seems like it should be coming through. Alright. See, the thing is, we should possibly have a chance to take these down, and it actually is not a terrible idea to do so. I'd prefer to take this one. We're going to go ahead and airstrike this. We're probably... I don't think we can actually make it that distance, but we're going to try. I think we're just going to have to accept that those fighters are kind of a thing here, and hope everything ends up working out. Let's see if I can actually find my button here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's funny. I forgot that F4 is your basically control all button. It's been a while since X Division, so haven't had a reason to use it really. So there we go, they're all taken down. Funny part is, by the way, if you end up getting your, your technology up high enough, you can eventually get to a situation where you can actually send a completely unarmed fighter up there to go deal with the little zoomy boys, and they'll take care of the job just fine. So, okay, we're going to take a bunch of auto-resolves there. Like, they're out of range. They're probably still going to be doing some shenanigans out here. I can't really deal with that without a fighter. So the fighters, even if you're completely outnumbered, will be able to sort those out. But as we are, there's really no anything here. And you're probably thinking, like, hey, why don't you just go, make more? What are you doing? So the thing is, the Condors take a decent bit to actually rent. So they're kind of a unique situation in that with the other fighters, basically up until we get the Marauder, we won't really want to have a different kind of fighter. Because, yeah, you're renting them. You're not really buying them. Which means that, yeah, they've got a higher upkeep cost than some of the other planes. Additionally, it's just, if you have one and you have all of your tech upgraded, you don't have to worry about it. It's kind of a situation where, oh, geez, have I seriously not been... Nice! Local moron does stupid things. Alright, let's get our Shrike then. Anyway, so yeah, if you have one fighter, even a basic Condor, that has all of its tech upgraded, you're solid. There's nothing to worry about there. And in fact, have I unlocked heavy lasers? Why do I have a feeling no? Sorry, I know it's been a bit of a minute. Yeah, plasma tech. Okay, yeah, we do want to go for more plasma things. How long is this directional thruster? That's good. How about assault plasma instead? Because what I need is laser machine guns on them flappy things. There we go. That should be nice and quick. Let's see, I believe our labs are capped out, right? Can we hire anyone? Yeah, okay, we're capped out on lab space. Is there anything more we can do space-wise? We may want to consider dumping this hangar, actually. Build another lab there. Because how much is that going to cost us? Another 100k? I'm kind of feeling like it's going to be worth it. Bit of bad money management on that one, but if we can get more, that's good. Right. So we got 2 right away. And get the 2 Fox. Actually, you know what? See if the Condor can harass this one. See if the Foxtrots can go after this one. Just give us a few more takedowns here. It's nice that they showed up in 2 different areas. Nice! Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. See, we can actually manage this. Send 1 Foxtrot up after it, and their auto-resolve chance will be 0%. Hey there, Rosalind. And yes, from the whole YouTube thing, which, okay, we, so I probably would use YouTube more for the whole streamy thing. Every time that I've tried using it, though, it tends to snap in half. So I'm not sure what that's all about. For some reason, they just don't really handle it as well. All right. The trick with the fighters here, so you're not supposed to be able to beat them with Foxtrots. However, what you can do is, just like with the other stuff, is you just face tank all the damage. Like that. So the basic fighters, you can just take them out that way. Later on, there's a couple other ways to deal with the more advanced ones, but usually you don't want to be sending Foxtrots up against those. Alright, so... Actually, we'll send these guys out this way. Alright, they're dealing with a bomber-type guy. Oh, we already have Gatling lasers. You know what? I'm just being dumb, that's the thing. So yeah, this bomber here will start an aerial terror mission somewhere. Yeah, no, I'm surprised we made it to 1K. Like, the whole point of the channel was, like, here's all this crazy niche stuff nobody ever talks about. And sure enough, we actually made it there. Took a minute. I will say it took this weird thing called me actually putting out stuff that didn't suck for a while. Alright, so there we go. That'll be a 84% critical by the looks of it. Let's go ahead and get this guy out of here. And all things considered, we might not even be in a terribly bad position to just let him start a terror mission, and then just shoot him out of the sky. Because that's the thing with bombers. Like, they will start an aerial terror mission somewhere, then you just send your fighters in, and they're like, hey, we can sort this out. Alright. Like that right there. So go ahead and let all this happen. Go ahead and turn on the afterburners for a little bit of extra speed. And they'll fire off all their swarms. I probably could have gotten away with just firing 3 and then dealt with the terror mission on the way back. But we'll let the Condor rearm and get its slight moment of fame there. Alright. Condor, you go deal with that in like an hour. Thankfully, they stay up there a hot minute. Okay. Foxtrots are rearmed. They've got almost no gas, but they can go deal with this thing. Yeah, the Condor should be able to deal with this, no problem. And yeah, the Foxtrot cheese is pretty awesome, I gotta say. Like, it's weirdly satisfying that you have one jet that can theoretically do a whole lot of things. I mean, everything about Xenonauts on paper is very simple, but there's kind of just like those TO type situations. There's just so many times when you can potentially pull off some stuff that it's kind of unclear whether the game was really intending to let you do. It's like right here, like dealing with everything with Foxtrots or using Condors throughout most of the game. Because you can try to do a manual resolve with a Condor, it'll, like, against 3 fighters, it'll never work. But if you get, like, you know, a mag cannon on there with fusion missiles, it doesn't matter. It'll somehow, despite not even having enough ammo to do so, have 100% auto-resolve against that. Because all it checks is, hey, it's a fighter going up against something that fighters are weak against. You know, maybe that's 100%. That sounds pretty good. Industrial Corvette. See, if we get some smaller ones, I'll probably take them. I don't feel like it's necessarily worth taking any risks to go deal with all these Corvettes right now. We can do it, theoretically, but that is on the clear other end of the world from where my team is, and I don't really want to do that. Alright, let's get that scatter laser built. Beautiful. Because, yeah, right now we're sort of chugging along just fine. We're doing decent on funds. We're eventually going to need more Foxtrots. For the time being, though, it's about as good as we can realistically expect. Alright. Oh, nice. We even have our next extra Foxtrot ready to go. Just going to scout around here a little bit, see if we can maybe run into anything while we're out there. I don't think we're going to be able to do much there. Thing is, we're probably going to lose Australia. I won't ever really have the funds to expand down that way. 3 is already kind of asking a lot. There's the bomber UFO, same durability as a Corvette. But yeah, right. Assault plasma, not going to give us anything new yet, but the heavy plasma should. So heavy plasma will give us the next step for our weapons tech, I believe, and then from there, whenever we find a battle rifle, that'll unlock the really good stuff. But actually, getting a battle rifle is kind of a long ways off. I mean, I did see one time where it actually ended up spawning it fairly early. Oh, and we got our first attempt to build a base, apparently. Fantastic. I realistically probably should let them do that. Because you usually do want to let them build a base. But we're going to go ahead and wreck that one real quick. I mean, we're going to need to take a base eventually. But okay. Actually, I think we're going to do that. We're going to let the one on the right land, so that we have a base relatively close to us, and it's an area that we can still patrol pretty easily. And then we should be good to go. There we are. By the way, that situation's something to keep an eye on. So whenever you have a Foxtrot that's going out and doing a fight, occasionally, like this seems to be kind of all over the place, but occasionally you'll come back and you'll see that it actually still has one of its torpedoes disabled from the previous fight. That can lead to some problems. Alright. So this kind of engagement is doable. We might potentially lose this one. We'll see. Okay, yeah, he's going to make it out of there. We did 61% damage. Okay. So we didn't lose him, that's the important part. So I'm sure there's a bunch of boomers way into tactics games like me with no main hub, so to speak. So myself, I found you like 3 times independently looking for Tactics Ogre, XCOM, and Fell Seal. Well, there you go. Welcome, welcome to the most oddly specific setup. I was actually, one of the projects that I was planning on working on tomorrow is like a thing that could only be experienced here. It's like, hey, you know, really disappointed by the Rimfire and Tactics Ogre. It's a pretty severe downgrade from him showing up in Armored Core. At least, you know, you can use him with a shield to go raid a UFO, and then they just get eaten by a Reaper. But it's like, that would not make sense anywhere else. And even here, it only barely does. Alright. So, similar type situation here. These guys are likely going to take a loss, so what you want to do is try to spread the damage they're taking. So, we're going to want them to speed up as much as possible. Fire and scatter. So this thing is already going down. That's pretty much already in the books. One's going to be tanking most of the damage here. Looks like it looks like he can't outrun it. That speed on the Foxtrots is pretty much going to dominate up until the end game, and there you can get with a bunch of victories with a bunch of technicalities. So that's always fun. By the way, Russelum, did you ever play X Division out of curiosity? I mean, I'm assuming if you previously found Xenonauts stuff, that's what you're specific. Well, I mean, you were looking for XCOM, so. I mean, okay, it could be either or. We'll see. So this guy's going to go build a base. What we're actually going to do is send the Condor over, see about him shaving off some of those fighters for resources. Yeah, just tail until overland. Engage. Alright. So here's what you do. You do the old circle. So the AI does not necessarily know how to deal with circles. They are a complicated shape. So you circle around to split them apart from their main objective there, and you make the circle. What you want to do is create this kind of situation where you're facing one direction but attacking another, as before. Alright, now we've damaged one of them. So we want our missiles going here. I'm gonna take a little bit of a righty flip to deal with that, and oh yeah, that's how it's done. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna have him return to base. Because as much as he could go and finish this Corvette, A, we don't want to lose our Condor, and B, we actually want him to build the base. We're only here to yoink a couple of alloys off of their jets, then we're good to go. Now, why do you want them to build a base? Well, it is kind of going to be the easier way to deal with a lot of situations. And specifically, if you get a civilian base, because you can spawn the base however you want. Lizards, they don't have psionics. So if you get their base, so like right here, what we're going to do is ideally plasma's going to be done by then. Then we're going to do interrogation. They're going to build their base, we're going to discover their base, and then we're going to go in with a bunch of, well, we're going to go in with 2 different teams. So they've typically got like 12 guys that are guarding a base. Sometimes up to 20, that's still manageable. So they're going to, oh, what? Really? Okay, apparently that is a terror mission started by a Corvette. So that, and in Somalia. I mean, alright, I guess we're doing that then. Well, stuff's about to get horrible then. And in fact, we might just say goodbye to Somalia. Do we just send the rookie squad and hope for the best? I mean, maybe. So it's a first terror mission, we might be able to do it. We're going to send them in with just ballistics. I don't feel like risking any lasers on this, even if it might improve their odds significantly. It is still a month, it was like either like month 2 or 3 or whatever this is, terror missions, so yeah. Anyway, so we've got Dagar the War Dad, and we've got this guy. I forget what he was supposed to be. But okay. So the thing is, terror missions are a whole thing to deal with. So depending on what exactly is going on there, you could run into whole heaps of different scenarios. Jeez. Like, for example, right here, the 90 shots this guy's packing, I don't think is going to be enough, because I kind of want to keep this guy running, you know, running and gunning the entire time, more or less. We're going to need a few shield guys. Yeah, this guy's a big strength guy. Alright, we'll just have you be a straight-up grenadier then. So, alright, why is all of this a big deal even? Because, you know, first thought might be, you know, you've dealt with a bunch of UFOs up to this point. If you haven't played this game very much, that might be the first impression. So, with terror missions in this one, they seem to spawn unusually high amounts of units. Like that UFO there might have had like 8 or so guys at most. So the Terror mission will probably have like 25. Well, actually, no. I think they can go as low as like 12 to 16 or whatever else. It might just be a small raid going on. Point being, you have to come in. Well, you come in and you're completely surrounded, more or less. So that's definitely not ideal. And actually, instead of loading this guy up with a separate pistol, we're just going to load him up, or even with more ammo, we're just going to load him up with 2 shotguns. In general, there's really, other than rifles, there's not many times that you want to reload. I'd say rifles are kind of the king of terror missions, because you do have to suppress large amounts of areas in a lot of cases. Okay, so we gotta replace all flashbangs with gas. We already know we're probably dealing with lizards. If it's, so here's the deal. If it's Cesians, because it's gonna be one of them, if it's Cesians, we just bail. We're not fighting that, because that means they're gonna have psionics. For something as long as we're dealing with here, it's not something we're gonna be able to actually win against. As far as, yeah, we don't need as many medkits. We will want some rockets, though. I'll replace some of these grenades, in fact. So if it's lizards, it's something we can deal with a little bit more. It's kind of purely situational at this point. But, yeah, ideally, lots of rockets going on. And especially some stun rockets. They don't seem like they do very much. And in fact, if we look at it here, it says 40 stun per turn. The grenades do... Grenades also do the same amount, but you can potentially snipe that into, like, let's say you're getting sniped from a window, and you can just pop that sucker in there, and there you go. Alright, so we're going to get rid of one of his ammo clips for that. So, yeah, mostly running rifles. Hopefully, we just kind of get down there, get some good RNG. See, first terror missions have always been lizards or reapers. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's that. Like, lizards come with reapers. That is their downside. So, like, for example, if you're dealing with Cesians, you got to deal with their psionic crap, and you got to deal with the grenades out of nowhere. With lizards, you got to deal with reapers potentially coming out of the corner and eating everyone, which, if you manage to set up a kind of like perimeter of sorts, you're usually relatively solid. We don't need as many medkits, because realistically, if somebody's getting hit, they're dying. Mentioned that before. It's not really even worth investing into armor here. But yeah, since we have other medkits, I'm going to give this guy 2 smoke. Actually, 1 smoke, 1 stun, just so he can potentially block off areas if needed, and then 1 more ammo box. His first turn, he's unlikely to be able to move and fire, so this should give him just enough to be able to fire and go duck into a corner somewhere. Or potentially just go run... I'm sorry, not do both, but just either one or the other. We need 1 more person dedicated to shields and grenades and stuff like that. Not a whole lot of high-strength units on this team, so we'll go ahead and give this guy a shield. And yes, he's going to be coming in overloaded, but that's fine. You always want one guy to be your extra material gopher. So there we go. Probably take 1 extra rocket just in case. See, the part that sucks about this, though, is because this ideally would be a chance to go pick up a leader. The plus side is that leader also can't spawn now because we haven't researched interrogation yet. So, silver linings. All right. This is definitely not how this setup usually goes, so we'll see what happens. Alright, yeah, both of those are a little bit in pieces right now, so we'll just let them do. Yeah, they're dropping terror missions left and right. What the hell? They're trying to start another one? Man. That's unusually aggressive. You know, I seriously wonder if Community Edition maybe changed some stuff recently, because that is this run has been way more aggressive than they usually are with that stuff this early anyway. All right, that one's escaped. Alright, now we should be good to go here. Might have said I didn't put my shields into position. This is true. I did not. Yeah, this might go horribly. Like, the first sign of this going horribly, we're out. As long as you show up and leave, the penalties aren't as severe, but you're still looking at about roughly 300k cost, which goes up to like 500k, I think. Or actually, no, wait, is it like 100k if you show up and leave, and then 300 if you just ignore it entirely? I don't know. Either way, this mess is expensive. It's a little bit pricey. Yeah, funnily enough, the other project I was hoping to do this morning was a Fell Seal tier list. Shocking thing on that one, you actually, while there are a lot of portraits that are there in the files, for some reason, the ones I was looking for weren't. It's kind of odd. Alright, do we have him drop a shoddy right off the bat? No, because, I don't know, I'll probably drop one elsewhere. Alright, so when they spawn in with half-turn units. Like, the enemy units, that is. It's kind of a feature to try and mitigate how much you instantly die getting off the dropship. That's no guarantee of anything, but, anywho. At least it's somewhat clear here. Something in first order of business here. Probably have this guy run and crouch and just kind of watch over here, make sure nothing's coming from this direction. Because we're going to want to set up some rifles. Ideally, we can probably take this building and maybe take the high ground, not have to deal with Reapers as much. Okay, never mind. Actually, that is a terrible idea. No, wait, that is an okay idea, because that is right there. That is going to be the map edge, which is perfect. You always want map edge. How big of a map are we looking at here? Oh, okay, it's not a huge map, and it's mostly going this way. Okay, so maybe a dozen units? By the way, this public pool area, if you've seen this map before, don't try to hide in here. They will come for you. Alright. So, I'd assume there's probably going to be a couple in the building there. Let's have Mr. Gunner here drop some of his ammo. Mr. Wardad leading the effort here. Not sure what we're going to have you do. You go ahead and drop your rifle and rocket and medkit and whatever else you actually need right now. Yeah, drop the ammo for that thing as well, and there you go. You're all set. And you go ahead and get ready to face tank. I'll probably just have him crouch. Alright, so from here we need to have everyone pull in, kind of get into the sides, and just see what we're dealing with from there. The dropship in general is just not a safe place to stay, but we need to know where stuff is before we actually start doing anything. Like, these tiles in particular are deceptively dangerous, but it's kind of where we're going to be right now. Alright, so this is how we emulate the feature that everyone's been asking for from Xenonauts for years, namely throwing out smoke from your helicopter. So, we'll do that. I swear that reading the forums is... gotta respect the developers for putting up with that crap. Because it's like every 2 seconds somebody thinks they're being the most original ever. Like, oh man, we gotta have smoke off the helicopters. Gotta have dogs that can sniff out everything. Like, it's gonna be a whole thing to set all those things up. Like, we gotta have miniguns on the helicopters. we need full air support systems in place. Right, so we got a Reaper over there. Shoot. That's a problem. How do we even deal with that? Now, let's see. Great tips, by the way. Using shotguns and carbines more often. They work better than expected, even at longish ranges. Yeah, they're surprisingly good. Realistically, I should have used more of them here. But I was kind of hoping for a different landing type situation. Like, if you're hoping to take a rooftop and, you know, just suppress stuff and just have a lot of ammo efficiency, that's what rifles are for. If you're looking more along the lines of, you know... Oh, my. Well, this is a fun building. Alright, yeah, this guy, hope you're feeling self-sacrificey today, Mr. Gleb Uden. Because you are getting all kinds of close here. And what else do you see? Oh, wow, you even see a guy over there. Man, you are popular today, sir. Alright. Wow. Literally any direction would have been fine. And he even rolls a high damage straight through the shield. Nice. Okay. I'm thinking very good odds here that we should probably just pack in what we already have and get the hell out. Because then we're losing one rookie, and we're losing a little bit of money. But we're not losing our couple of sort of veterans here. Mr. Guy, you go ahead and have fun with this. We're out. Yeah, we're not dealing with that. Right, so we're starting off at 192, and that brings us down to negative 167. So we did lose 300. They did have to nuke Somalia, but on the plus side, we didn't lose all of our dudes. So we ended up saving at least some money off of that. We'll hopefully be able to bring them back to not run them out, because that is 2 regions, or rather it's just going to be the 1 region down here, potentially. If it was something like, you know, somebody with actual funding, we probably would have made a bigger thing there. Yes, I know that's really messed up, but, you know, you do as you do. Alright, so we're going to go for plasma weapons next. Ideal? No, but it's what we're going for. We're likely going negative on funding this next month, because super early Terra mission. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a chance to bring that back. Scatter laser is finished. Dandy. Welp. That's about all we're gonna get out of that, really. Maybe make a laser carbine. Probably gonna save the alloys. We've got 60 of them, but I'm gonna save them for a plasma carbine. As good as it is, we need to think about resources right now. All right. Not to mention, we need to invest all of our money into more scientists right now, because again, we are going to be of the broke variety very quickly. We don't have any more living space. We basically spent all that money to get 6 extra scientists. It's fine. It's worth it. All right. What else could we potentially do here? We can get rid of our garage. Okay, so if we completely reroute and then we don't go the hunter route, we can save some money down the road. The hunter's about to get good, though. So going down the hunter route is potentially pretty handy. So do we just get rid of... I think we get rid of another hangar and then we build a living space. Can we afford that? No. We just barely cannot afford that. Well, that sucks, but... Okay. We have that option, at any rate. Alright, they're once again going for one of these. They really want to build that base. That's alright. I want them to build it too. But for now, we need to catch up. So we'll send the Condor out to go deal with those three. It's going to be like one of those very few missions where almost nothing actually ends up happening. Okay. Or one of the few parts where almost nothing ends up happening. I just take like one loss and then I'm out of time for the day, which is fast approaching here. And there we go. That is all of their crap dealt with. We won't get any alloys off this, but it's fine. By the way, never turn it to 4 times speed in this section. Sometimes they will just automatically get extra shots and insta-kill stuff. It's weird. Especially on X Division, that's just not a fun time. Oh, it's... Why are they sending out all the bombers? What the hell? What is that even? Alright, just get close. And I know you might be saying, wait a minute, why are you not avoiding all of these shots? You can avoid them. It really just makes more sense to go straight forward when you're talking about the Foxtrot. Their big benefit is forward momentum, and as long as you're not screwing with that, they're going to be fantastic. Alright. And they bravely flew away. Do we have anything for that? Maybe those two will be able to reach it. Yeah, these situations are a little annoying. Because they can't even reach them, but it might be enough to prevent the Condor from reaching them. Come on, dudes. There we go. See, 100% auto-resolve against 3 fighters. How? Who the hell knows, but they didn't even take a hit. Oh, there we go. They're building the base. Good job. We're proud of you. Funnily enough, it was the Foxtrot that ran out of gas that time. Alright, so we're going to get the benefit for shooting it down. We also are going to get to know where the base is, as well as deal with the base. Alright, you two deal with that one. Just going to go ahead and airstrike that, and then we're going to prep for the base. There we go. And then we're going to go full shotguns on everyone, like shotguns and batons all over the place. Alright, this is when we see this weird thing called the aggro is really weird in this game. Sometimes it'll go after one that's going this way, sometimes it'll go after one that's close. We've got all kinds of different options. Alright, so we can airstrike that, and now we can actually go over to the base, get rid of this hangar, and build another living quarters. Dandy dandy, and eventually, actually we can afford to build another laser battery. This might not be an awful idea, so why would we build a laser battery? So later on down the line, we are going to have to probably sacrifice one of the labs or something. Wait a minute. I needed another living quarters, not another lab. I had a third lab the whole time. Brilliant. Anyway, so complete and utter, like, brain deadness aside, yeah, so want to eventually have a laser battery there, but I don't want to spend the upkeep cost on it right now, so we'll deal with that when we deal with it. Wait, how is what possible? Oh, and it looks like the kiddos are getting up, so yeah, we're going to be wrapping this one up very early. But that's okay. We'll have another part later-ish. It seems like we're getting ready for school soon. Alright. There we go. Sorry, just went to go chuck the thing in the microwave real quick. So yeah, How's that possible? One Condor, three fighters? Well, aside from potentially being the 70s version here of something else, the way that it works is just the way that the game's calculating things. It's just if you have a fighter that's fighting a bomber, so like the Foxtrot is considered a bomber, the Condor is considered a fighter. The Condor's big limitation is the fact that it's, well, relatively slow and it's got short range. So they just kind of left it in there of like, well, this thing can technically get upgraded to whatever weapons you want. And still going to get the bonus off those weapons. So as soon as you get a upgrade, like you get the Gatling laser or the plasma cannons or anything like that, and you whenever you research them, it ends up giving you that research across the board, which basically means that yes, the thing is benefiting from having explosives research as well as standard weapons research added to its auto-resolve score, and it well, it has a good time off that. Alright, so we crashed a UFO right on top of their presumably freshly built base. They actually might have been doing something else by the looks of it, because we didn't discover a base on top of it, but I guess we'll see in a moment. So we'll go ahead and replace these with the shotties, the shootguns, and all that. Alright. That moment when it's literally easier just to bring a second shotgun than it is to ever reload the thing. Yeah, we'll leave a couple rifles and everything else. Don't get too crazy with it. And another grenade, and hopefully that'll be good enough. Score based, and it's kind of like gaming the algorithm. Kinda, yeah. Because they just sort of assume, I guess, that folks would, you know, try to match the same number of planes as well as just replace their Condors as soon as possible, because they're pretty expensive for how much they suck. But you can absolutely auto-resolve cheese them because they get that score bonus off of technically being a fighter. Like, for example, it doesn't matter how high you raise your explosives tech, unless you give them missiles, Foxtrots will never have an auto-resolve chance against any basic fighter. And basically this continues all the way through. So as soon as we get plasma here, it'll end up being enough for them to get 100% auto-resolve chance against pretty much everything up to, like, hunters, I think. And then once you get, like, fusion missiles and stuff like that, they will still have 100% kill chance against everything. So there's that. Alright, so first order of business, Mr. Shieldman. That has replaced our other shield man. Would you like to go block this door, please? Thank you kindly. Next up we'll have Mr. Rifleman. Squatch your butt over here. Oh no. Mr. Pilot, please tell me you didn't put us in the middle of the map. Alright. Do a little bit of scouting. It would be nice to see some locals around. I don't like the looks of this map at all. I'll move our heavy gunner down this way. It's maybe not the best place for him to be. It's going to be hard to have a best place on this map, though. Just kind of got to hope that they're not really around. Alright. You squat. And then these two are just going to kind of get ready to support in either direction. Okay, there's a... Okay, no. They've got drones. So this is possibly our first Androns. Crap, what are they doing spawning everything so early? Yeah, crap. Got two Androns right off the bat. Any chance you can somehow make that shot? Shoot. Okay. Now, I have two options here. One is to circle around the corner, see if this is actually a gap. Considering that the drone decided to go this way, I don't think that there's going to be a gap there. Going to try to save this guy. These guys are not super accurate, at least not their early versions. So with any luck, maybe we'll have a chance here. But getting rid of their drone early is fantastic. They usually only come in with a couple of those, so yeah, getting rid of one of them this early it doesn't really get much better than that. Thing is, you kind of gotta cheese cover with these guys. Yeah, might as well have them facing that door. I would like for them to do more, but it's not gonna happen. Yeah, we just kind of gotta deal with this right now. This guy's over here just to scout. So if we see anybody flanking, we'll have that. This guy's just trying to see if they have any more things coming through here. This is still a very exposed area. I don't... Yeah, okay, we've confirmed that that's not an issue, so hopefully that's fine. If they do have another drone around here, they could still circle around, but... Yeah, this guy's exposed. She's exposed. It's not a good time. Anyway. And there he goes. I mean, if they're just going to march on in... Okay, we see that guy down there. Now, on paper... Let's see... Okay, this is risky, but this could win the fight. So here's what we do. Where can you run? Can you close the door at least? Alright. Just crouch, I guess. And we'll hope this pans out. Alright, he's dead. So from certain angles, you can hit them through walls. That particular case didn't work out. So what we need is this rifle guy running over this way. Man, everything about this map just kind of sucks. So yeah, this guy is certainly dead. You know what? Camping out with this guy, not a terrible idea. At least it's relatively safe down there. I'm gonna assume this one will be somewhat safe. Leaves this area uncovered, but we'll, again, just have to deal with that as we'll deal with it. You sit there and watch. Make sure we're not getting flanked this way. Yeah, okay. So then that opens up you to experience the annoyingness of the Middle East maps. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we're going to try to cheese the AI. Oh, wow, are you serious right now? Through smoke, through another guy, through cover. Wow. That, was an unexpected level of crap. Alright, let the slaughter begin. Hi there, drone. Okay. These guys are weak to grenades as long as they actually land where they're supposed to. I have no idea where that just went. Hopefully it went on him, because I see no grenade anywhere. He might have just dropped at his feet from all I can tell. Dandy dandy. Alright, we're going to assume this guy is still camping this corner. See if we can't... Alright, we're not getting any sounds off it, though. Don't... Oh, come on, man. The reactions are not very good, which is kind of why this keeps surprising me. Alright, yeah. We're pretty close to just needing to be out of here. Just got the drone out this way. Hopefully it'll run into this guy's line of sight. This one's going to be blocking the door. Nice. Alright, come on. That actually was about as good as that could go. Alright, you just take a couple shots. Some random pot shots. And that's why shotguns are amazing. Alright, we're gonna assume that maybe they're still camping out here. And that's gonna delete that guy, unfortunately. Not much we can do there, because he completely whiffed it. Alright, understandable. He keeps getting panicked, so that'll happen. And this is one of those rare situations where you actually would want a rifle. Alright, I'm going to try something a little different, because he's just going to get repeatedly harassed here. It gets close. Maybe she takes some shoddy snipes. Maybe they just try to snipe her. We'll see. Like, realistically, unless we can deal with these two and the drone, probably just gonna say bye-bye to this situation. Don't. Alright. If all goes well, he runs in next round, rockets them, because that is their weakness. Their weakness is rocket launchers, who could have guessed? Hey, Dagar, you want to take one of those reaction shots you're waiting on, or what, man? Alright, so she's going to get sniped twice through cover, of course. Please don't miss. Alright, that's one of them dealt with. That's two dealt with. That will be you going over here. So realistically, they maybe got a couple more guarding somewhere. Come on, rifle. Come on, rifle. Got a damaged drone, got a couple open doors, so probably looking at two more Androns and a busted up Roomba. Nice. Alright, so you go there, see if you can corner snipe him. Let's probably get some of these doors blocked off before further issues occur. UFO is probably going to be over here. We got 10 minutes to hopefully wrap this up. Alright, probably have a rifle park their way up on top of that roof. Dude, you are one rude as hell Roomba. How's he even making those shots? I'll say trees are one of those things that always seems like they would do their job better, but they don't. They just don't feel like it. Alright, there's another one. Finally. Okay. Please don't. Alright, so we know that there's a guy over here. That gives us something to work with. First order of business. You go get your rifle. Turns out you actually need that thing. Who'd have thunk it? Next order of business. You get your butt up on top of this roof. I'm a little bit surprised I haven't gotten more bleeding injuries, to be honest. Alright. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, there's that guy. Just go for the grenade. Really? You're gonna pick now to... Okay, what's a good way to handle this? Because if we run over here, they'll just circle around and fire. Probably just go here. Like, if he had hit that grenade, decent chance that would have been the end for him right there. Because these things usually only take 1, maybe 2 grenades. Alright, so he's going to be right there. Clever robot, clever robot. What I'm thinking is we get him over here next round, snipe from here, get some eyes for grenades, then just spam him with a bunch of grenades. Hopefully get this figured out. This doesn't really give him too good of a shot at anything, but I mean, at least he can see what's going on there. Okay, so walls got busted. Okay, so he's going inside. Howdy, buddy. So when they spin around, they usually will not have a chance to follow it up with anything. Like so. Alright, that's another robot dealt with, and away we go. Should be just about done here. It's a little hilarious what happens if you tell them to go finish their turn while they're still moving. They just kind of do that weird glitch walk. Right, so they don't have cannons yet, so it's worth moving them up in a group. If you ever wondered why you stop moving anybody as a group later on, but it's really useful early, yeah, later on they get cannons and things, so just as soon as you start doing that, everybody goes boom. Not a good time. Alright. So we're going to do either side of the door to start. Androns are a little different in that they're kind of clunky. And they really like to, yeah, I would have the main grenade guy be the one guy that can't throw a grenade. Beautiful. Alright. That should hopefully sort him out. Alright, that's one dealt with. One more. When there's one left, they do tend to get a bit more aggressive. So I'll give it a couple rounds, see if they decide to charge out. Good God, it's dry out, by the way. Really? That was weird. Yeah, that's a weird map glitch that can happen. This guy's gonna be camping us. But yeah, as far as it's dry outside, I mean, it is literally -6 degrees outside. What the hell is that? Alright. Got eyes on our dude. What's that grenade snipe look like? Tad impossible at the moment. What about here? Is this an angle you can do? Alright, we need 34 to chuck. Come on, nail it. Be a hero. Nice! Okay. At this point, I think we go full smoke in here. Right, he can't do anything, so he's on reactions. Full smoke. Because, yeah, their aim usually isn't too amazing. However, we're in a tight hallway, so something's bound to hit something. Come on, make it out of here with these 5. Got our hero squad. Okay, is that them gone? No, they're still moving. Alright, we got 1 minute left to wrap this up. Please don't hit. Thank you. Oh, crap, there's 2. Actually, that is potentially a good thing. What does your chuck cost? 37. Are you ready to be the biggest hero ever? Oh, you champion. Doesn't matter. He went out like a hero. Because that should be a win right there. Oh, there's more. Nice. Welp. Got our 3rd guy on the way. Fairly certain those 2 in the back are handled. Wow. No, I'm not. Okay. Let's peek back out of here a moment then. So we got 3 on 2, and they're giant killer robots. Alright, looks like they're camping. Alright, we're gonna risk 1 round of Holo Snipe. Actually, we're gonna risk 2 rounds of Holo Snipe. Might be wondering why. Sometimes they will decide to do exactly that. Okay, we did not get what I was hoping for. Please miss. You suck. Either way, they expose themselves. Dude, are you for real right now? Alright. So that leaves 2. Does this guy have a shotty by chance? No, but he does have a rocket launcher. That's something. Potentially something to consider. So we've got 2 heavily damaged robots in there. Right. Didn't get anyone, but worth a shot. Either way, we're still in a workable position here. Because, like I said before, these guys can't recover. They also can't take cover. So just nothing about them has anything to do with cover. Alright, that's 1 down. Then there was 1. Hi there, Helios. How's it going? Alright, not really what I meant to do there, but okay. Probably gonna have to risk it for yonder biscuits here. This would be a great time to have a shotgun, but we do not have one of those. Okay. Let there be butt clench. Noise. Are we done here? How are we still not done here? Is this guy still around? What? They're gonna be around one of these corners. Because I'm pretty sure the bridge is entirely clean. Please don't. What the hell, man? Alright. Do you have a grenade on you? No. Play the Xenonauts 2 demo, looks pretty sweet. I've been playing early access of it for, well, pre-early access, I suppose, for a hot minute. Yeah, it's been pretty awesome. They definitely have a lot more stuff in there these days. Alright, please have enough points. Yes, you do. Alright, so we've got two options here. One of which is going to be that one. So current plan looks a little bit like this. He's hiding around that corner. We go around here. We get a grenade around that corner. You hero. Okay. Yes! Suck it, you robotic dickhead. Okay, so everyone died, but we still won. And in fact, we got a survival medal for Mr. Emil Jensen over here. He was the guy that was panicking at the very start. Now he's just looking around like, guys, am I seriously the only one that made it? Okay. See, these UFO breaches can be such bullshit, by the way. Yes, they can, especially on Insane. But that's why, again, that's why it's all a numbers game by this point. Like, we gained 44k, we got 2 researches, we got a very well-promoted guy. Ultimately, we lost 7 people, so that is 35k, so ultimately, we made 7k profit. Not ideal, but again, alloys and researches and robots and things, so now, I believe we actually should be able to make power armor. We'll see. That's not what I was planning on happening there at all, but screw it, at least we made it out of there. But we do need to hire more people, and you might be wondering why I'm hiring more constantly despite not needing them just yet. We are losing out a little bit on our monthly costs. It's primarily because I need to make sure that, you know, when we're actually running negative on money, that we have bodies to throw at problems. So, yes. Yeah, shockingly, there we go. Yet another insane episode. Survived a terror mission. I mean, didn't quite complete it, but we didn't quite not... you know what? Maybe there was a chance there. I wasn't about to risk it. And ultimately, we ended up getting an Andron win early, so that's something. We wouldn't have gotten very much out of that terror mission. At best, we would have broken even. Like, specifically, those Androns seem to be toughest to breach against. Yeah, and that's why you want to always have options to go chuck around corners and things like that. I could have handled that a bit better, but again, we won, so that'll do. Heavy plasma weapons, yes. I mean, bear in mind, that was our first Andron encounter. We're already up to plasma. We're kind of doing okay. Let's see, had a perfect mission and then lost 8 guys to a breach. Yeah, it's rough sometimes. And for those, I believe we actually will go for some plasma lasers. Because these things do take a bit. Precision plasma actually might be the better option. At least 1 plasma rifle. At least 1 plasma carbine. In fact, maybe we just go full plasma carbines. No, we still want at least 1 plasma rifle. There we go. They cost an absolute truckload to make. In fact... yeah, I guess we just go with the carbine then, because... yeah, I forgot they're 60k each to actually build. Like, ultimately, we might end up going plasma pistols just because them suckers are less expensive. Like, this is why I haven't been taking as many of the Corvettes this month. But alright, anyway, I gotta wrap it up. That's about all for now. And, yeah. Let's put those other 6 guys towards this. Do we have living quarters yet? That'll be in 3 days. You know what? Let's go for those 3 days real quick so I remember to get the scientists. There we go. We get Androns. Get light drones. Like, the biggest BS part of all of those is always going to be the drones. Because they can just move so friggin' far, and then you get to that sucky moment where you just round a corner and... well, they round a corner, rather, and suddenly you're dealing with an entire hailstorm coming your way. Alright, we'll get at least 3 more on the scientists. And there we go. Alright, so that'll be that for now. Thank you guys for stopping by, and yeah, we'll continue this on next time. You take care.